Hello and welcome to another player interview on Reds Fans. I'm back, the Love Mirror is back, and I'm lucky enough to say that joining me today is former captain Pablo Mills. How are you doing, Pablo?
Not too bad, thank you. Just trying to keep myself busy throughout this pandemic and all that. So, yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, best wishes to you and all your family. How are you coping, just pottering about?
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to reflect and a lot of time to just kind of get my mind ready for what's next, really. And that's about it, really. I've turned into somewhat of a house cleaner. So, yeah, there's not much we can do, but hopefully this will all be done soon and we can carry on with our lives.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Football-wise, my research suggested that, well, you've been playing since 2016 at Mikolova Sports, or if you finished there, was you still playing?
No, I'm still there. I think it's nearly time though on the career. I think maybe this might be my last season, depending on how my body holds up or whatever. But yeah, I'm enjoying it there. We've got a good set of lads there, some good young lads, and it's just about now just me passing on my knowledge and trying to get the next superstars.
Yeah, good to have an experienced head around the dressing room. You say it might be your last season. Have you got any thoughts? Would you like to stay in football after you retire or move to a completely different?
While I've been here, I've been coaching the academy here as well. They've got a full-time academy, which is involved with an education course. So I've been doing that for 2 years now. Enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Obviously, dropping out the leagues and stuff like that, you get more time to concentrate on yourself. And I've done my UEFA B now, so this is the path I can see myself on. I've also been coaching the Derby University men's football program there as well for finishing my 4th year. So yeah, it's all going well, and hopefully I can get as high as possible with this coaching.
Yeah. So coaching is obviously the next step. Just going on to your playing career, obviously, still going with Mikolova. I just thought one of the things that stood out to me when I was looking up your profiles on the internet is you played for England in under 16, 18 and 19. I was just going to say, what did that mean to you, and what was the experience like?
Yeah, obviously back then being chosen to represent your country out of the amount of academies around the country, that was a pretty good achievement. To know that I was one of the best players at the time, so to speak, to be chosen to represent your country. Seen some lovely places, played against some great teams, some great players, and it was just a proud moment for me and my family, really. A lot of hard work went into it, and that was just kind of a reward for the hard work and the hard graft I put in.
Yeah, and obviously a player with experience at that international level then, and bags of Football League experience before you signed for Crawley, and then obviously in a Reds shirt. Who would you say were the best players you played with and against in that time?
At Crawley?
No, in your whole career.
It's showing my age, but we've got Georgie Kinkaladze. He was class above. Chris Rigger, Seth Johnson, Ian Taylor, Inigo Idiakes, David Bentley through England, Darren Bent. There's a whole list of names, to be honest. I'll be sat here all day for us to reel off the names. And again, did you say against?
Yeah, and against. Yes.
Against. The most problems I've had playing against probably Peter Crouch. Yeah, we all remember that game in the FA Cup. He was a very difficult man to mark. Akin Fenwa, we've had some good battles. There's that many. Samuel Eto'o, I played with Samuel Eto'o in a few friendly games, pre-season games for Derby. He was a tricky customer. You play these games and you kind of just forget. Yeah, I mean, just generally, I mean, I think all people have played against you, they all pose their own problems, and it's the whole thing about football is you've got to figure the puzzle out, and you've got to try and dominate whoever you come across.
Yeah, one of possibly your highlights playing for Crawley was you got to lead the team out at Old Trafford in that famous FA Cup tie, obviously going on to win man of the match in that game. Just what was the feeling like as you left the tunnel with the armband on?
I mean, we were that confident as a group. I don't think people knew it from outside. We actually thought we could win that game. We thought, I mean, we knew how good we were. I mean, the belief in the group was unreal, to be fair. We kind of created this kind of shell around ourselves that no matter who we came across or who we come up against or what anybody says from outside, that we were good enough. And that's what we believed. We was all confident in the tunnel. And we were just ready to go to war, really. And personally, for myself, leading the team out, pretty much a dream come true for myself. I mean, you go through football and you kind of wait for these kind of moments to put yourself against the best, and to captain the side coming out. It was a dream come true, especially against a team that I supported as a kid. So that was a fun time.
All right, I bet that was extra special. Obviously, some people may not know, before signing and really making your name at the club in 2010, you did have a loan spell at Crawley in 2007. Did you notice any big changes in between? Obviously, they're 3 years apart, but in the way the club was run or the way they were approaching it?
Yeah, there definitely was. I mean, when I first came, it pretty much, I mean, with no disrespect, it pretty much did feel like a lower league club. I mean, yeah, as I said, no disrespect to anybody, but that's pretty much how it felt. I mean, I was coming there to pretty much just to learn, really, and just get some games in. And I mean, I could say that was one of the best times that I've ever had in football. It kick-started my career. I started falling out of love with the game. I was going through troubles while I was at Rotherham. And going there, it was kind of a breath of fresh air for me. So, I mean, in another hand, that kind of the lower league feel kind of brought me back down to reality. And it also gave me that hunger again. And then when I eventually did leave Rotherham and came back, it was a whole new change, a whole new outlook. The club knew where it wanted to go. I mean, as we all know, there was a project put in hand, and that interested me from the start. I mean, speaking to the gaffer, he let me know his plans, and as we all know, he has a good way with words. So he kind of, as I heard Tubbsy say, he sold me the dream as well. So I mean, as I said, it was a great time, great club, and I'll always have love for the club.
Yeah. All right, and just one final question from me. I asked this to Matt Tubbs as well. Just what would you say is your biggest achievement in football, sort of like something that gave you the most satisfaction when you look back?
There's a few. Signing my first pro contract, I'd say that's one of my biggest achievements. I mean, it was a hard path, hard road, and then to sign a professional deal at Derby, that was a great achievement, and kind of like a well done for the hard work I put in. But we knew the journey wouldn't stop. Another achievement, obviously, we already touched on the international call up. Leading the lads out of Man United, and I mean back-to-back promotion, I'd say. Obviously, where we started, I remember going to Crawley, playing in the Crawley games, and there was nobody in the stadiums. You could literally hear people shouting in the stadiums, and gradually, as we built and got better and better, the crowd started coming in. We had some fun nights. There was times where you couldn't hear yourself times in a stadium, and I look back and look where the club's come from to where it is now, and us as a group had a hand in leaving that kind of having a hand in getting the club there, so to speak. It's a great achievement, and I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to be there and experience all of that.
Yeah, just picking up on, obviously, you started out at Derby. how did it feel? There might have been some familiar faces when I assume you played in that famous cup night where Sergio Torres scored.
I mean, it's always going to be a personal game for me. Obviously, having started there, but as a lot of footballers know, once you play football and you're playing against a team that you love, it's just business. I mean, it was nice to see some of the lads afterwards. I mean, during the game, I wasn't anybody's friend. There was a competitor that was in the way of something that I wanted, so that kind of gave me an extra bite. And the feeling when Serge did score, it was. I mean, halfway through the game, I was kind of wanting it to go back to Pride Park, to be honest. But then I think the more the game went on, we believed that we could win the game, and it was pretty fitting the way we scored in the last few minutes of the game. And yeah, I think we deserved it.
Yeah, definitely one to remember for sure. All right, just moving on to the questions that some of the fans sent in. Liam Green was in first. He said, "What was your favourite moment in a red shirt?"
Old Trafford, lifting the trophy, and I'd say the promotion again, even though I wasn't that much involved towards the end. But yeah, the promotion again, the feel around the whole promotion. It was good times. Good times just to know that all the hard work we put in over the 2 seasons came to fruition, and yeah, we got what we deserved, really, I think.
Yeah, you've already mentioned a name sort of as highbrow, I suppose, as Samuel Eto'o, and you mentioned that you had some big physical battles against the likes of Adi Akinfenwa. Scott Sox came in and said, "Who was the hardest striker you've had to mark during your career?" So if you could just pick one.
Yeah, I'd definitely say the two what I said before, Peter Crouch and Akinfenwa. Yeah, they pose very difficult battles. I mean, you looking on TV, watching TV and seeing these kind of players, you don't know what it's like to come against that. Akinfenwa, I mean, on his day, you can't do anything with him, no matter who you are. And Peter Crouch, I mean, he's touch for a tall man. It's unreal. I mean, he's 6'7". You're not going to win an aerial battle with him. So, yeah, there's not much you can do with him to compete. But I mean, you just got to try.
Yeah. All right then. Graham Redfern comes with the next question, and he said, "Who was the best centre back you played alongside at Crawley?"
I mean, it'd have to be Fads. Yeah, we had a great understanding, and we kind of rubbed off on each other. I mean, we was always pushing each other. I mean, and that goes for all the centre halves that were there. We always pushed each other, and that was a good thing about the squad. We always had players that was ready to come in and step in for you if you was injured, or if you were slacking, and somebody who would come in. So we always had good competition there. But playing wise, yeah, me and Fads complemented each other very well.
Yeah, and just looking into the dressing room, who were your best teammates that you were closest to during your time?
I mean, I heard someone say this. We were that close as a dressing room. We had such a tight knit bond in there. It was unpenetrable, really. And as Scotty said on his interview, it was like playing with your mates every week. It was that enjoyable. Turn up to training, the banter, the jokes. I mean, we were there after training for a while, so nobody wanted to leave. Even the nights out, it was just like a big family. And that was one of the things that I really enjoyed there. You don't get that at too many places, at too many clubs. But the family feel and the friendships that we've built, that was one of the best things about my time there.
Yeah. Final question comes in from Liam, and he said, "What are your thoughts on the defence back then as a collective?" I suppose you've just said a bit about, and in the current team now that was pushing for the playoffs before the suspension.
I mean, the back four when I was there, I don't think there was too many teams in the league at that time that had the players we had, and that goes throughout the whole team, and it kind of showed with the results, really. We had such a good group of lads that had their own strengths, and it all just clicked together. And to be honest, I don't really know who's there now at Crawley, to be fair. I mean, there's been that many different managers and that many different players there. I kind of lost track of who's there now. But I mean, I'm glad they are doing well. I mean, it would be a shame if the club was to fall back down the leagues again. So hopefully I'm not sure if they got a new gaffer yet.
Well, they sacked Kioffi, didn't they, earlier?
Right, okay.
And then John Yems came in, and he's still the manager. I think he came in around sort of Christmas time, just after maybe.
Well, hopefully, I mean, he can continue to build the club and take the club forward and give the fans some good nights again.
All right, brilliant. That's all the questions we've got for today then, Pablo. I just thought if you could have just one last word you'd like to say for the fans. I'm sure they've got a very good memory of you just giving everything in the back line of the team. Yeah.
I mean, I just want to say just thank you really to the club, to the fans, just everybody really. It was a really enjoyable 2 years, and I'm glad me personally, I could give something back to the town of Crawley, because there was some definitely loyal fans there. As I said, when I first went there was not many fans there, and the fans started to believe in us, and they were the ones that drove us on as well. So I've got to thank the fans. I've got to thank all the staff at Crawley that helped me when I was there. I was pretty much looked after well. And yeah, I mean, hopefully the club can keep pushing forward and give the fans some more good times.
All right, brilliant. Thanks, Pablo. Really appreciate your time. Good luck with all your stuff at Derby and your coaching and finishing off your career in the right way at Mickleover.
Thank you.